Hi, my name is Vishnu Das, and today I want to talk to you about powdered form custom blended herbal formulations. In Ayurveda, powdered form medicines are referred to as churna or powders, right? So these powders could be one single herb. You could have amalaki in a powdered form, and that would be an amalaki churna. Or you could have triphala, which is amalaki, bibitaki, and haritaki, three herbs combined together, and that makes a triphala churnam. So these churnams were used since ancient times because they were an easy way to get herbal medicine into your body in a simple way. It was convenient. You can take a half teaspoon, 1 teaspoon, 2 teaspoons of any particular churnam and put them into a mug, pour hot water over it, let it steep for 10, 15 minutes until it's drinkable temperature, and then you could stir it up and drink it, powder and all. And this type of herbal formulation, or this form of herbal formulation, is practical for a clinician to adjust the formulas as you work with a patient. You may find that 6, 7, 8 herbs in a formula are work together synergistically to get the job done, and within 3 weeks to a month, then presentations and patterns of whatever is going on change. Then you can make adjustments to that formula easily. If we are relying upon pill form medicine, then we are locked into a particular formula. And there are traditional formulas that are made into bhattis, gulikas, different types of pills, and nowadays in tablet and capsule form, and they have a specific action. Maybe not one directional, but they have a particular focus. Okay, if you buy a patent form medicine designed for weight loss, then that formula is going to be geared in that way. Or lowering blood sugar, it's going to be geared in that way. For increasing mental function and mental vitality, then you'll be in that direction. That doesn't mean that formula is completely limited to what's on the label. There's a lot of off-label usage that you can do with formulas if you know them well, but you're still locked into that formula. So that's why for 20 plus years, I have recommended powdered form medicines to most of my patients, and I find that a good majority of them are able to tolerate the flavor, get used to the flavor, get into a habit of taking them and making them on a regular basis. So these churnams are really helpful for adjusting and shifting formulas around, and they save people money. Because if you're trying to get the job done that, say, one formula that you create can do, you might have to use 2 or 3 different patent form medicines to cover all that ground. And so I say you can compound with several herbs to create a comprehensive treatment, or you can compound with several different compounds, and then you start to get into more money, more cost to stay on a program. So that's one of the benefits of being on a powdered form herbal medicine, or just any form. Like it could be cut and sift herbs that are put into into a vessel and made into infusions and decoctions, strained and prepared into herbal tea. A lot of the Ayurvedic herbs that we use are available in powdered form and easily obtainable. There's various herb companies in the United States that also grind down herbs into fine powders, and they'll maintain their energy for up to 6 months to a year. And if you're using them on a regular basis, then there's no problem with strength, at least from what I've seen. I have not seen powdered form medicines to be inferior to any other form of medicine when it comes to just getting the right substances into a person on a regular basis. To me, compliance is key. Whether or not you take teas, tablets, capsules, the most important thing is that you take what you need, and the second most important thing is what it that it's not in that particular order, but that it's good for a person, that it's appropriate for the person, and it's high quality medicine. That's that's not old, or poor, just poor quality, maybe grown in environments that aren't beneficial for the plant nor the person drinking them. So the benefits of the pill form medicines is that people can comply with taking them. So if somebody can't comply with taking a tea, then tablets, powders, tablets or capsules or tinctures and various other forms of liquid medications like quaffs or decoctions that are pre-made into bottles and served up in shots. And that type of medicine isn't that easy to come by in the United States, unfortunately. In India, there's quaffs and arishtams and asavams in liquid form that are easily obtainable at Ayurvedic pharmacies all over India. Here in the US, they're very expensive to import, so higher carbon footprint. The cost of them is more because of importing them, and I find that herbal tinctures that are made here in the United States are more cost effective for people. They're still quite potent. The energetics of them may be altered to some degree because you're using a stronger form of alcohol than like a wine that's typically used in Ayurveda. But I'm friendly towards tincture form medicines. I do think some herbs are better to be had as a tea because their sweetness or their nourishing qualities are brought out much more in a tea than they would be if you were taking them as a tincture. Like licorice root, much better as a powder or a tea than a tincture, in my opinion, because you get all those demulcent mucilaginous properties that are there within the plant. You're ingesting the whole plant. Shatavari, ashwagandha, so many others that are great as a tea. To me, a little bit more effective in their nourishing aspects. But there are times where I will prefer an ashwagandha in a liquid extract form to create a quick. It's a little hotter. It's a little sharper and quicker in its action. And if a person has a hard time digesting heavier herbs, those tinctures can be quickly assimilated. So, these are the various forms of medicine that we can use. I want to just add one piece here, is that a lot of practitioners are using tablet form medicines and tincture form medicines. And as a result, a lot of the herb companies, or several of the herb companies in the United States that are trying to sell bulk herbs, are having a hard time with keeping the cost down. They're having a hard time moving the herbs they're importing into the country because more and more people are using those tablet form medicines. So I encourage my students, as well as just herbal students in general, to buy bulk herbs and make teas, compound teas in your pharmacies and apothecaries for patients and clients. This is a way that we can bring business to the companies that are doing us a service to have these powdered form medicines available to us, so we can continue this tradition of tea. From an Ayurvedic perspective, traditionally there are many medicines that are made into tablet forms. Gugulu kalpas. These are compounds that are made with the herb gugulu that are often best in a pill form because you can use them alongside a formula, but you can, I call them bullet approaches. If somebody has gouty arthritis, for instance, and you want to give Rasnadi Gugulu, then you could make a formula for all the entire picture of what's going on, and then you can take the Gugulu and you can target the gout. Okay? So sometimes it's effective to be able to give a stronger amount of something like Gugulu with a formula rather than having to add so much Gugulu into the formula to be effective for the gout that you water down the formula that you want to work on a variety of other aspects of the case. So I use pill form medicines, tablet form medicines daily in my practice, but I find that the compounds allow you to get a broad spectrum of herbal treatment there, and then you can target in at specific times, specific intervals with other substances. You may give a formula, but give triphala at night before bed or early in the morning. You may give one formula, between meals, but give them maybe a tablet form medicine to support digestion, like amapachakvati or trikatuvati, or some other form of a pill form medicine, with meals. It might be easier for them to travel with that, take that to work with them. After lunch, they can take that kind of medicine. So these are just a few thoughts when compounding in teas or suggesting products and formulas to your clients and patients. Hope it's been useful, and stay tuned. Take care.